because I never knew what NATO stand for. I knew NATO.
Like tornado?
Or NATO.
Yes.
Tornado.
That's right. Burdiction.
What's it called? Tree.
Treaty.
Oh, treaty.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought he was saying tree.
I thought he said
organization.
tree too, to be
Treaty.
honest.
Yeah, grab that microphone, Chef Swoop. We have a question for you. Right before the break, you weren't in the studio when we were talking about this. Seabass, you've met Seabass, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
We're
Seabass
fast friends.
Seabass claims it's scientifically proven that marinating does not work. Agree or disagree?
I disagree.
Ooh.
Well, I can disagree with America's Test Kitchen, and there's scientists there.
But
It's
as somebody who I'm sure marinates a lot.
I marinate pretty often. Well, I think there's two ways to go about it. Like some people I've seen in African countries, food comes straight off of a grill and straight into a marinade.
So you marinate after grilling.
So we're talking
Very
about
hard, very hard
pre-marinade.
sear. Yeah,
Okay.
very hot, straight off of the flame, straight into a marinade, then serve.
That's a good
Well,
idea.
do you mean
I think that would be better, right? It
I've
would
seen
stick
that.
to
But
it.
aren't we just talking about a glaze at that point?
I've
Yeah.
seen that.
that or a
in-
dip?
I've seen
Yeah.
that in like some suya culture, like very African culture. But then
Okay.
Also,
I'm not saying dips,
America-
dips and glazes
But
aren't
if you're
good.
just throwing like chicken and a marinade in a Ziploc and putting it in the fridge overnight, do you
that
think
100% works.
Oh,
yes.
amazing.
100%.
Okay, well, just
Yeah.
people of science.
But buttermilk is a really heavy marinade. That's I will kind of really only use that for like fried chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, but like, what about like you have a steak and you throw it in there with some teriyaki, and you leave it in the fridge, and then
It's happening. Yeah,
it's
happening.
Did you hear that?
It's
This is an
happening.
award-winning chef, Seabass.
I mean,
it's happening.
I think he may be confused.
Okay.
I've watched literal chef science go through and say, look, here's how far it penetrates. It's nice, it could be a nice coating.
And it's like I get it. I get the pushback. How often do you? So are you just completely against marinating, just across the board?
I'm saying that glazes and
I think your food might be mid.
again, I'm
Yeah,
literally
probably you're
talking
doing it
about.
wrong.
I'm talking about.
It's like Greg with
So, wait,
technology.
I don't
Maybe
think
you're just
we're-
doing it wrong.
We're
Maybe.
asking the right question.
Exactly.
Okay, now,
Well, like, I've left-
here's the question. If you marinate it, right, and then you cook it and don't do anything after that, will you taste any of the marinade?
It will be. They've shown it again. Chef scientists. It's like a half a millimeter that it actually
but
penetrates.
answer the question. Would you taste it?
It's almost indetectable.
Would you taste it?
As opposed to a glaze.
I'm gonna disagree with that because I mean it's just we're talking 24, 48 hours, sometimes 36-hour marinade projects in some of the kitchens that I've been a part of, and like the food tastes like the marinade.
And are you saying that I would imagine the more acidic it is, the more it marinates?
Yeah, there's things that you have to add to the environment that would initially incorporate.
Now that sounds like science.
You have to.
Sounds
that's
like
the science.
sounds
Like
like
when
it.
you're in
Because I've done marinades with teriyaki or garlic, and I've left it overnight like they do in the professional world, and I can't detect the garlic or the teriyaki or anything.
But how long are you marinating?
Overnight,
And what are you marinating?
usually chicken.
Okay, so I think for chicken, it's important to try to maybe introduce some acid into that environment.
Okay.
If you want to get the marinade to penetrate the protein.
So like a vinegar,
or a lemon juice
Lemon.
or a lime, like the whole entire lemon, like just crush it and just like put it in there.
Now, Greg, that's what
Good
they call a pro tip
That is a
because
pro
he's a
tip.
professional.
I will take that to my kitchen.
and that's a tip.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'll use it.
yeah. All right, well, Chef Swoop, back to what I mean.
Yeah, get
We're
back
here.
to it.
We definitely want to get some more information on the French toast and what makes your French toast so special.
Yeah.
Can't wait to taste that.
Yeah.
Welcome back, by the way.
Hey man.
Nice to
Glad to be
have
here,
you.
guys.
Nice to
I
see
missed
you.
you guys.
Oh, babe.
babe.
Oh, babe. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for today's Dumbass Contest, and today's Dumbass Contest is the DUIQ.
Yeah.
And we have a game that you can play to win a prize. And Seabass, why don't you explain the way that game works?
It works by me finding someone who's nice and drunk, asking them the easiest trivia questions in the world. But the game there is, are they so drunk that they can't figure out the answers that they normally could? If you can guess whether they figure it out 2 times out of 3, you win.
All right, 877-44-Woody. Let's say hi to Kyle. Hey, good morning, Kyle.
Hey, good morning. How's it going?
We're doing
Kyle?
great, and happy Friday to you. You're going to play the DUIQ. Now, before we get to those questions that matter to where you winning a prize or not, we're going to get to know the drunk person here just a little bit better. A little frame of reference, how drunk or not drunk they seem with it. to be able to answer these questions. And who is this person, Seabass?
This is Diana, and I found her outside the bar because they wouldn't let her in.
Oh, well, that's a good sign.
She'll tell us more about that.
All right.
I'm out to go dancing, but I really need to use the restroom. But none of the real shops let me go because they're closed apparently. I'm trying to sober the up. Oh, sorry. Sober the F up so I can go into one of the clubs and actually use the restroom because if I don't sober up, they won't let me go inside.
Oh, were you too drunk to go in the club?
Yes, they don't let me go inside the club. They already checked my ID and I'm old enough, I promise. And they don't let me go inside because I'm too drunk. I'm too drunk.
Well, she needs to do what I did once, and I just turned my shirt inside out.
Easy.
They'll think you're somebody else.
Yeah.
All right, so Kyle, that is Diana. You have to just guess whether she's going to get these answers right or not 2 out of 3 times in order to win. Question number 1 here on the DUIQ.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization is also known by what acronym?
All right.
It was a big topic of conversation not too long ago.
Sure. I will say that Diana won't get it. I think that by the looks, it's
Sammy's furrowed brow.
Sweep it for no.
I don't want to give away too much, but I hope she doesn't reference the League of Nations.
Okay. I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to say no to Diana, no to Sammy, yes to Menace.
Oh. All right. Greg Goring?
I'm thinking, okay, so no to Diana, no to Menace, and I'm kind of, triple no.
Triple no.
What am I doing?
Almost had it.
Triple
All right.
no.
Menace and Sammy, do you think that Diana's going to get it?
No.
All right. Kyle, what do you think?
I am in agreement. No way she knows this.
No way she knows it. Question number 1 for the DUIQ.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization is also known by what acronym?
And we will start in the room with Menace.
NATO?
Sammy.
NATO.
NATO.
Wow.
All right.
I didn't get him with the
Okay.
trick question.
I mean, the look.
It felt too easy. That's why. That's why
well,
it was that look.
Can we reverse it? Because I never knew what NATO stand for. I knew NATO.
Well, there you go. That
Yeah.
doesn't
Now
matter.
you learn.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Crazy.
Like tornado.
Exactly.
Tornado.
Yes.
Tornado.
That's right. Burdiction.
What's it called? Tree.
Treaty.
Oh, treaty.
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought he was saying tree.
I thought he
organization.
said tree too. To
Treaty.
be honest.
Because there are
Yeah.
many trees in North that they cross the
Yeah,
North
that
That was
was like-
also why I was so
I was
confused.
like, this makes no sense.
All right. Well,
Sounds like you said tree for real.
Kyle, his guess was no, that she wouldn't get it. And if she whiffs on this one, he'll be on the board with his first point here on the DUIQ.
The North Atlantic Treaty Organization is also known by what acronym?
North American Tree Organization. North and American A. Tree T. N A T A.
Wow, so close. But hey, Kyle, great
Good job,
news.
Kyle.
You got a point. Jeez.
I guess everybody thought it was tree.
Yeah, I thought you said tree.
She got further than I thought she would. All right, man. You're on the board. You got 1 point. That means one of these next 2, you just need 1 more in order to win. Question number 2.
Melanoma is a cancer where?
Melanoma is a cancer where? Gene, I'm going to let you start on this one.
I'm going to say no to Diana, no to Menace, yes to Sammy.
Interesting.
I want to say yes to Diana.
Really?
Yep.
Do you want me to go first? I'm going to triple yes.
Good triple yes?
Yeah.
Greg, what are you doing?
I'm being insane. Triple yes.
That's crazy, Greg.
This might be the easiest one ever.
I will agree with Greg.
Nice. Let's do this.
Yeah, the only person I was really on the fence about was Menace on this.
Okay.
I wasn't quite sure, but he's looking pretty damn
Come
confident.
on, man.
He's not
Is he?
staring at his he's not staring at his page.
Yeah. We got this.
Okay.
All right. Menace and Sammy, do you think that Diana gets this?
No way. You guys are
No.
high.
All right. Kyle, what do you think?
I don't think she knows anything about trees, but I think she's got this cancer one. So yes.
All right.
Okay.
Question number 2 for the DUIQ.
Melanoma is a cancer where?
Menace,
Skin.
Sammy,
Skin.
Greg.
Whoa.
We are 2/3 of the way
So
there.
far. So far, so good.
2/3 of the way there.
Come
Question
on.
number 2. Diana, does
Come
she
on,
know
Diana.
it?
Melanoma is a cancer where?
It's not a cancer, is it?
Oh, you're saying it's a trick question?
It's a trick question.
So what is melanoma?
It's like a stomach ache. I've never gone to a doctor and they've never said I have I've never had melanoma.
Oh.
Yes!
My
That's
God.
my girl. Yes,
Yeah.
Diana. That's
Damn
my
it.
girl.
All right, well.
Damn it.
Well, Kyle, congratulations. You are a winner.
Well, he said yes.
No.
Oh, wait, he did?
He's not
Yeah.
a winner.
Oh, I thought he
I
did.
agreed
He
with
said
you
yes.
I
guys.
was going to do like the
Oh,
thing
agree.
where you gave it anyways. I was just going to take it and put it in my account.
Yeah, all right, well, F you. You're not doing
Well,
that.
you got to get one more.
Well, fail on my side, egg on my face.
Well,
babe.
you
All right,
just
that's all
want
right.
a
You got
winner.
yeah, right. Well, usually everybody wins this game, but I,
Right.
for whatever reason, I thought for sure that
I don't know why you guys were so confident. in that.
he stuck with no. All right, question number 3, make or break at this point for
All
this
right.
round of the DUIQ.
Al Gore was whose vice president?
Oh God, Diana, no.
Yeah, agreed.
Why aren't they writing?
Diana, no. Menace, yes. Sammy, no.
They're probably going to write out his whole resume. That's why, Gina. They
Okay.
really want to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
through
I
and get a
see.
full recounting of
I
his
am
career.
depressed to put in my vote for triple no.
Triple no. All right, Greg Corey.
Yes, in this room, no Diana.
All right, Menace and Sammy. Do you think that Diana gets it?
No.
All right.
No.
No.
Sammy.
Kyle.
Maybe I should say no to Sammy.
Kyle. What's your
Yes.
guess? Do you think that Diana gets it?
I do not think she knows it. I think she's too drunk.
All right, I'm going to write down so I know what you said. No.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
I'm
Will
following
you
along.
remember
I
what
got
the answer was
I
from
don't
the
know, we'll
contestant?
find
All right,
out.
so no. Question number 3 for the DUIQ.
Al Gore was whose vice president?
Sammy.
Clinton?
Question mark?
Menace.
It is Bill Clinton.
Look!
Bill
See?
Clinton.
That's a double
Nice. Wow.
Nice work.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
When's the last time
Nice
that
work.
happened?
I don't know if it's
I don't
ever
know.
happened.
Yeah.
Question number 3 for Diana here on the DUIQ.
Al Gore was whose vice president?
Oh, Al Gore. Al Gore. Benjamin. No, he's the one who got impeached. What's his name? I know my history. What's his name? Oh my God. What? Nixon.
Nixon.
Is it Nixon?
Yeah.
Am I right? Please tell me I'm right.
No. You're wrong, but hey,
Kyle,
congratulations.
you did it.
Kyle, you are the winner.
Yeah.
All right, we got to the same
Yeah, I
result.
did it 'cause she's dumb. I did it. She's dumb. Woo!
All right, well, Kyle, congratulations. You are a winner here on the DUIQ. Have yourself a great weekend. Appreciate you listening. Just hang on 1 second so we can get your info, okay?
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
See you, Kyle.
It's Kyle, everybody.
Amazing.
Bye.
All right. Well, that's how you play. Diana.
Dramatic round.
Nice.
She's like it was like a bachelor party or
She was just out with her friends and wanted to pee.
Have a good
Damn.
time.
I do feel bad for women. I was talking to a lady about this. Is at some point they're going to make a real solution for the women bathroom line issue, and the women can't pee outside issue.
Well, and
Yeah.
Well,
why
they
are there
take forever when they're in there.
That's
why
true,
are there always
Greg.
the same number of stalls in men and women's restrooms?
Well,
we need like
that's-
at least twice as many.
That's true, but Greg also raises a point and said, "Well, we have to sit, but you also talk a ton,
Yeah.
and you take forever to do makeup
How
and
would
hair."
you
No.
know?
What?
I've
In the
I
bathroom?
literally had a conversation with a woman the other day. She said, every time, you wouldn't believe what goes on in women's bathrooms.
Yeah.
We have conversations about boyfriends.
Yeah, while you're
Not
waiting in
the
line.
toilet.
Okay, wait.
And it took
And you
So-
take massive dumps.
Yep.
We have in the restroom here. How many stalls do you guys have in the restroom here at the radio station?
3 or 4.
Cool.
Four.
All right.
Oh, okay,
We have-
great.
So we in our bathroom we have 2 stalls, 2 urinals.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so it's the same amount. It can accommodate the same amount of people. So it just means that the amount of time being taken to actually pee.
Yep.
Right. Because girls
Is
have
the-
to wipe and everything. It takes
And
longer.
you might
Oh.
need a
Wipe-
tamp.
That's the
Now, why-
eternity.
Yeah, it could be a tamp situation.
Why is it that some women can do it like a pit stop and others just take forever?
Maybe they
Like
have
Gina
more
just said,
pee.
depends on the time of the month for certain women.
Filthy.
In general, I'm saying.
In general, there's always going to be a few women who are, I mean,
Well, and if you're wearing a
appearing.
onesie,
Yeah.
good luck to you getting that thing on and off.
that's true. A romper.
They don't do themselves any favors, is what we're
That's-
saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because boys have penises and girls have vaginas.
Also, you
Thank
think it'd
you.
be easier, like if a woman's wearing a skirt or a dress or whatever, that'd be easier, right? Because it's easier
Yeah,
access.
Sure, yeah.
But a romper, though. Ooh.
Oh, but a romper.
romper.
Right.
And then you're naked
We're-
in the stall.
We're going to be
whatever.
here all
They
night.
could make a female urinal just like a cup with a tube below it, and you squat over it.
I would do it.
Try
Make
it.
one, and I'll test it.
All right,
They
I got
have 'em.
a funnel and a
And a
PVC
Dixie
cup.
cup.
It's like a beer bong.
Chef Swoop is here.
What up?
What you like, Chef Solomon, Chef Swoop? What am I calling it? I know because your Instagram is @chef_swoop.
Yes, indeed. That is the Instagram. Chef Solomon is totally fine, man.
Chef Solomon.
We're family guys. Call me Solo.
Yeah.
And what does swoop stand for again?
Special way of opening pallets.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, so the French toast. Now people go, man, you have a chef in there who's making you guys breakfast, and you have him make French toast. Well, last time it was omelets, and those things were leveled up. Those things were really
rule.
good.
Yeah.
Appreciate
And
that, guys.
this is an elevated, to use the culinary term, right?
Yeah, I
Elevated French toast.
I would say so.
Yeah, and the French toast has what? Like, what makes it so special?
So this is a Captain Crunch French toast.
Captain Crunch French toast.
Yeah. You know when you order DoorDash from the I DoorDash my groceries a lot.
Yeah.
So there was a random box of Captain Crunch in my. I didn't order it. I didn't get charged for it. It was just in my cart. You know what I mean? When they delivered it.
Pleasant surprise.
So I was like, what am I gonna do with this box of cereal? You know what I mean? It was taking up space.
I mean, I would have eaten it anyway.
Right.
So I guess I'm getting old. I eat granola now. You know?
And that Captain
Dehydrated
Crunch, man, that'll
fruit. You know what I mean? Like,
Captain
Yep.
Crunch will shred the roof of your mouth.
Yeah.
You can have like one bowl. That second bowl, that's the way they keep you from eating too much of it, because you just shred the top of your mouth.
It's
Yeah.
razor blades.
oh, it's
Yeah.
it's delightfully painful.
But it's good, yeah.
it's breeding masochist. The cereal, it clicked literally last night. I was like, I'm making French toast. I've made it before several restaurants. I used to work at a restaurant.
So what's the bread? The bread is
Challah.
Yeah, it looks
Challah.
like
Challah,
iced
always.
challah.
All right, and so
Challah.
then you have
Always.
your like egg.
Yeah, so the egg batter is a mixture of eggs. I do more yolks than I add yolks, and I do whole eggs.
Ooh.
And I do
Extra
heavy
rich.
cream. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Heavy cream, no milk. Lots of vanilla. Fresh squeezed orange juice.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Yeah, star anise and cinnamon and a little bit of brown sugar and some
All
bourbon.
right, so you submerge it
Nice.
into that,
Dude.
kind of get
Yeah.
that cut, and then you
And then
you
I-
get the plate of it. You can see the crushed up.
I crushed up the
Captain
the
Crunch.
Captain Crunch, so it goes from batter to Captain Crunch, and I cook it in brown butter.
Oh my
Wow.
god. Okay.
Yeah,
And-
brown
See,
butter helps.
And he has a homemade compote.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I did like
homemade
a
compote.
mixed berry compote. So it's
which of
strawberry.
course you make yourself because you
course.
are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is the
You're
kind
a
of thing.
chef.
This is
Yeah.
what you order for the table while you're deciding what you want
So
for
good.
breakfast.
Yeah.
So Greg, you got some over there?
I did. It is, I swear, the best French toast of life. My complaint about French toast is always too dry. This is spongy yet crisp with the Captain Crunch, but not overly crisp
Yeah.
because it doesn't hurt your mouth at all.
No.
And then the flavor is to die for.
Also
I really
using
appreciate
the
that.
challah bread is
The
that's
challah
key,
is
right?
you can't use any other bread when you're doing
Not even
French
brioche.
toast. I feel like brioche is a little too spongy.
Ooh,
Yeah, I think
okay.
it's gonna fall apart. It's like-
No challah.
yeah,
Have you
yeah,
tried
yeah.
Japanese milk bread?
It's awesome for it.
I
Actually,
heard a
yeah.
lot of good things about that. I
Yeah,
wanna
Japanese
try it.
milk bread is great. It's easy to bake at home. It's great for entry-level bakers. So if you're like intimidated about, you know, activated yeast and stuff like that, it's the perfect entry-level bread.
And the compote
Japanese
is
milk bread.
So
slightly
chefs
tart.
Chef
So
Swoop
good.
goes around the room and says, "Hey, so everybody's having French toast, yeah?" And then of course gets to Sammy.
Yeah, I mean, I asked
And
her if
he-
she wanted the Captain Crunch and the berries, and she said no. So I'm like,
Yeah. Okay. So
no extra recess for
I'll
you.
have nothing.
Yeah.
He said he puts it on with syrup, and it's the syrup for me. I don't like syrup.
Yeah.
And
Well, this is
that's
like
how
this
it's,
is like
on it, right?
this is not like Aunt Jemima. This is like real.
But is it
maple
really
syrup.
sweet?
No.
Oh, it's not.
No.
That's why I don't like anything that's too sweet. Like I could take a bite of it and go, "Oh, that's okay," but I could never eat a whole piece of French toast with syrup
We have
all
a
over it.
personal
That's
chef
crazy.
in here,
That's
Sammy.
kind of what you want on it, but it's okay. I mean, if you want to just raw dog your French toast, you can.
We have a personal chef in here making Captain Crunch French toast.
Yes.
From scratch,
Right.
the homemade compote,
Yeah. Don't
and
insult the
everything
man.
else,
Ride the wave.
right?
Sammy,
And
you
you're
will
gonna sit
not
here
regret
getting
it.
crazy.
Get on board.
Yeah, like why even bother? It's like the people go like, "Oh, I come here because I hear the food is amazing," and then when they order with the waitress, they go, "Yes, I will have the whatever, hold the whatever, light on the this, and the what."
Yeah.
Then why go?
And we see those tickets in the back, and
Spit in it,
Yeah.
nah, we don't spit in food. I've never
rub
done
your
that.
penis on it. Or?
Well, no, it's just like, well done steaks go in the deep fryer, and then
That's
everyone
yeah.
forgets about them. You know what I mean? So it's just like
Yeah.
your ticket
All right,
gets
well,
treated
enjoy your French
pretty
toast,
poorly,
Sammy.
like the
Thank
stepchild.
And today's the first day of summer. That also means it's the longest day of the year, the summer solstice. That'll take place at exactly 10:42 p.m. Eastern, 7:42 Pacific. That marks the moment the Earth tilts most toward the sun, giving people in the northern hemisphere the longest day. and shortest night of the year.
I'll open champagne at that time.
But it's all downhill from here, Greg Gorey, because after this weekend, the days start getting shorter, and then they finally bottom out when we hit winter solstice. That won't be until December 21st.
We got time.
Yeah.
Summer is the best.
Here, I got something more. I got some more summer stuff.
Oh, good.
Sweet.
You know, we like these different song segments, the music segments.
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping it was summer penis news.
Oh, summer penis? Yeah, that's something to look forward
It's time.
Yeah, today's the day.
to. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, and by the way, the New York Post wants you to know summer is open season for UTIs, ladies.
Yeah,
here we go.
Look out, Gina.
Sitting around in wet swimsuits,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
We
Doctor
know.
explaining that urinary tract infections more common in the summer because the combination of heat, humidity, and dehydration weakens your immune system. And you know,
the sex you're having.
they're 30 times more common in women than in men. Obviously, I've never heard of a
Gross.
dude.
Getting a
I would say
UTI?
100% more common.
Yeah, I've never
Have you ever
heard
known
that.
of a dude to have a UTI?
Yeah, I think, but he got it
think
from a
so.
girl.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's not how
That's
that
not-
works.
That's like a yeast infection.
Maybe it was. Maybe it's both.
How's it going over there, Swoop?
Maybe you got mega diarrhea.
Yeah, that wasn't a UTI.
You got any yeast? You swoop?
Delicious. Bon appetit.
He took a break from
Where the
cooking.
food at?
He took a break from cooking.
I'm like,
the French
my
toast.
God.
I got mine, by the way. So good. You're
It's
right,
insane.
Greg.
Isn't it like perfectly not
it
too
is.
sweet?
Like, how is
Yeah.
it soft
perfectly
and crunchy?
soft.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
That-
UTIs. Men can get
so
UTIs from women. It's just bacterial.
That's
Okay.
that cereal on there, man. Yeah, it's just like something about UTIs and French toast is just like
Goes together
it's
like peanut butter
cringeworthy.
and
This is
jelly.
cringeworthy material.
Goes together like sea bass and being right.
What do you
it
think,
does,
Woody?
Does it get us to stop eating? No.
Never.
No, I mean
No,
I'm
nothing
toasting
will.
some up right now as we speak.
It's perfect French toast, right?
It is so good. It is
So
really
There's
good.
a place in LA that people love to go to, and they have a Captain Crunch French toast on the menu. It's
Oh, yeah?
it's pretty mid.
They used to have. Do you guys remember the restaurants Planet Hollywood?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so they had the hotels, right? And
Yep.
then they had the restaurant.
That was
And they had
big 90s
Captain
thing.
Crunch coated chicken tenders.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
With a honey mustard
Yes,
like
they
dip.
did.
Oh my God!
That
I
was-
remember. I ordered that. I was in Tahoe at one of them.
And it
This
was
checks out.
so good.
I remember that.
Man, was
chicken
that
tenders.
good. All right, we're going to take a quick break. More Woody Show. Next hang. Woody Show. First day of summer 2025. And what are you looking forward to the most this summer? Mine is definitely always the trip to Mexico.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
lifeline.
Yeah, my wife and I, no kids. We go with a couple other friends.
So fun.
It's awesome. Always the highlight of the year.
Is that a summer? I always thought, for some reason, I thought that was a Labor Day thing for you.
What's the end of the summer? I mean, that's still
yeah,
summertime.
That's still
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah, end of August, first week of September.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the kids are either have just gone back to school or they're getting ready to go back. Either way, they're not with us.
Yeah. Either way, bye.
Yeah, which awesome.
Do you know what I'm doing that week?
Colonoscopy? No, that's
No,
that's
that'll
over
be-
4th of July.
That'll be
guess.
done.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yeah.
that's where the fireworks are happening for me.
Right.
My very good friend and I, one of my best friends, she and I are taking my honeymoon together
Oh.
without my husband.
Where are you going?
What? Eh?
Because it's the honeymoon that I always wanted, that I planned with my husband. We never got to go, and he doesn't have time, so I'm just going.
Oh.
So I'm going
Okay.
with my best friend.
Oh, okay.
Sammy, we're going to Iceland.
Yes, nice. I
Wait.
support this 100%.
So is this kind of what Sammy did with her friend who was the guy, and they never
And you have hand stuff in
I
bed.
guess. I mean, this girl.
same time because like you always said that sounds like somebody's honeymoon, like
Right.
the trip that she
That's
went
why,
on,
because it was
like
my
the ultimate couples vacation.
Yeah, but my friend and I have traveled all around the world together. And I said, "Do you want to go?" She's like, "Hell yeah!"
Yeah.
So sorry, Andy, you snooze, you lose.
So it's just Iceland.
yeah, we're going to
Okay.
Iceland for the week.
All right.
Well, you know, on
Nice.
honeymoons,
So
you
excited.
have to consummate the marriage.
Yeah.
I mean, if we
Right.
must,
Yeah.
we've been everywhere around the world. I guess it's time.
Yeah, that's
It
cool.
is time.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
We'll do
going
it.
to Milan, and then I'm going to Nice, or Nice, right?
Nice, I believe
Yeah, I think it's called Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Noise.
Monaco and Cannes, and then London for some racing, and then also to see Sabrina Carpenter.
Wait, how long are you going to be
I
gone?
say is that what Menace does.
They're
does
all, but they're all so close to each other. Like if
Yeah.
you're staying in Nice, like you can go
That
to
could be
Monaco.
nice.
Nice. You can go to Monaco, or You can go to
It's a little.
Cannes
It's a day trip.
Well, yeah, within like 30 minutes of each
Oh,
other.
okay.
They're
Yeah,
so
so it's a
close.
day.
I
Yeah.
thought she'd been around the world. right,
Yeah.
right, Menace, you know what I'm saying?
I know what I'm saying.
Well, Menace has
Everything-
been known to like he'll go. Oh,
We'll do 3 mega destinations
Right.
in
I'm
1
going,
week.
I'm going to Tokyo, and then the way back, we're going to stop in Hawaii, and then we're going to Vegas, and then we'll come home.
And then a quick cruise.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, there's this thing I was watching on our favorite TV show, Inside Edition. There's people that are doing this thing called extreme day trips where they'll go from America to like Paris in one day and stuff like that.
Well, we talked about it earlier in the week, and Menace and I are going to make it happen.
It's happening.
Menace and I are going to go to Dubai.
For a day.
But
Well,
yeah,
not even.
We're going, and we're going to land in Dubai. I'm not leaving the airport. I'm going to get right back on a flight and come right back. It's a 16-hour flight.
yes.
Yeah.
It's all about Emirates Airlines. It's all about, and not a sponsor, but they could be.
They should be at this
like,
point.
yeah, like we're not. They have nothing to do with this. This is all Menace and I for a long time. Like I've always thought they just look cool. Menace has wanted to go to Dubai. He might leave the airport for a minute.
Yeah, Menace, you have to go to the. Don't they have like an F1 amusement park?
I think in Abu Dhabi they have
okay.
a Ferrari.
That's what I was thinking.
Thing, but
See, I made the agreement with Menace. Like, look, I'll go with you. We could do this. I'm just not leaving the airport.
Just staying on the plane.
So it's the longest trip without ever really going anywhere. It's just for the experience
so
of
we're
the plane.
participating in extreme day trips.
Yes,
I'm down.
exactly
dude.
right.
So you just tell me the day, and we're
Well, I think
leaving.
we do it. I think we do it in your birthday month because that was on your birthday.
Bruh.
I'm saying
you're
that. Number one, we need time to plan.
Yeah.
Right. Number two, things are really busy between now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have had flying on Emirates.
Yeah, a number of times.
In that, it's a certain category. I don't know what it is on Emirates. Is that first class?
First class, yes.
It's
Okay.
like the suite class or something.
Yeah, whatever it is, because it looks like you have your own little apartment. Basically, there's showers, there's the bar, there's like a lounge
desk.
kind of thing.
And so you would leave like after the show on Friday and get back Sunday?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have to.
This is the farthest he's gone.
Yeah,
That's true. He doesn't know.
I have no. It's all I know is it's 16 hours.
Yeah, one way.
There and then 16 hours back.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can
I
be done.
wonder how much downtime at the airport.
Yeah, before they gas it up and turn it
Well,
around.
because a lot of times they fly these planes, just back and forth over one route. So it might be like I just stay on the same plane. I get off the plane.
Check out the
No,
airport.
I would have to. I would have to get off of the plane and then get back on
Go
board.
visit their like Burger King or something.
Right.
Oh, that plane's going to be so tired,
Yeah.
Wood. It's a long flight. It's going to want to rest.
So something like that. Extreme day trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Another summer thing when it comes to the best thermostat setting for summer, they say the ideal temp indoors is 70 degrees.
Boo.
Okay.
Too hot.
Too cold.
But they say the ideal setting, if you're looking to control money, right, like save a couple bucks, is 78.
Oh, you're
78?
out of
Nope.
your mind.
Who the F is keeping their place at 78 degrees?
Sammy, you even have to
74.
admit that's hot.
That is hot. I'm more of a 74, 75 kind of person.
75.
75.
Yeah.
I would
Hell
die.
I've started to warm up my house lately. It used to be like 68 or nothing, but I think I'm up to like 72
Oh,
now.
hell
Okay.
no.
What?
69
Or I'm
all year round.
Menace is
freezing.
becoming an
That's
old
cold.
woman.
I am.
Got to be 69.
blankie.
It's so cold.
Each degree, the math works out, I guess, each degree above 75 saves about 3% on your energy bill.
way to go. Yeah, I
No.
don't care about that. I just don't want it to be cold.
It's a scam because, like you said, Woody, like your solar, you got solar panels and your price went up. You know,
Well,
like
eventually,
it certainly didn't get better.
Well, no,
it took a while.
it-
Initially, you have big savings.
Yeah,
Right.
I had huge, like it went from, way up here to almost nothing.
Yeah.
And
But
then
then
over
what?
time, because I think what happens is that the utility companies, they go, oh, more people are getting solar. So let's figure out
That's what I'm
a way. Let's figure out a way to claw that money back. So before you know it, you're almost to right where you were before you got the solar.
Right.
Yeah,
so
I
I'd
had-
rather have it 3 degrees cooler than save this fictitious 3%.
Oh, we leave the door, like we have back door to the
Backyard.
the backyard where we hang. That just stays open. The dog comes in and out. The air
Yeah.
conditioning's going.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Oh my God.
We don't care. We leave it open.
You live like a king.
I had some months with my solar that my bill was just the tax, like on the utility.
Yeah.
That's
So it was
amazing.
like
Yeah.
$22.
Yeah, and now,
And now it's back up to,
See?
I don't know, 400.
That sucks.
They try to incentivize, oh, get electric cars, get this. And then people go and they get electric cars. And then what happens? They go, oh, well, we're not collecting the gas tax now.
Oh, no, we did too good.
Yeah, so now what do we do? Oh, well,
figure out a way to screw you.
Let's either try to figure out a way to charge people by mileage, or what we could do is we could charge an electric vehicle tax. So instead of an incentive
What's
and
the
a
point
rebate,
of doing anything?
they'll figure out a way to get their money one way or the other.
Yeah,
Always. But I'm not keeping my house at 78 degrees.
No, that's
I'm going back to
you.
my thing though. Like, dude, everything is over air conditioned. Like, it's too extreme. It's very aggressive.
I
Man
disagree.
was not meant to. It's called a modern convenience, man.
I never noticed it until you brought that up, man. It's
Yeah.
so you go to some stores, you're like, oh crap, I forgot my parka.
Yeah.
Yeah, like why?
In
Well,
the
they
Costco freezer
overcompensate.
section, I feel like I am going to die.
Yeah.
They overcompensate because the doors are opening and closing so
Right.
much that they keep it lower so that when a lot of it gets out, it's still comfortable in there for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But even in the winter,
It's not about you, the customer. It's about them.
Oh, and Woody, Texter, you might actually have to stay overnight in United Arab Emirates because they said they'll pay for your hotel if you're business class or first class.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so you might have to stay overnight.
at the airport. I'm sure they
I
have
don't
an
know.
airport hotel.
I'm sure they do.
I'm not leaving the airport. I'm not hitting the public streets of Dubai.
Okay, never mind. If it's in the airport, I'm taking
Not
it back.
doing it. I'm
down.
going to live like Tom Hanks in the terminal or whatever the hell that was. That's going to be me, dog.
Woody Show.
All right, Chef Swoop is here, and he's been making Captain Crunch French toast.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, we had him in for the first time when we were doing the omelet because it was like the dream of everybody on the show to have an omelet station.
It would rule hard.
And then somebody after his last, toward the end of his last visit, was like, oh, if only this could happen all the time. And
God forbid.
yeah, God forbid. And so I made a deal with Chef Swoop. I said, hey, once a month, come in and make breakfast. So this is his second trip, and today it was Captain Crunch French toast. And dude, I gotta say, great reviews all around.
Delicious.
Appreciate it.
It's
Thank
fantastic. We're posting the recipe somewhere, Menace?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll go up. It'll go up on my story.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then we'll reshare that.
At chef_swoop,
Yes.
and then we'll.
Yeah, that's how you find them now. Again, people who are interested in finding you, you do offer like personal chef
I do
services.
Yeah. I am actually I have a lot of availability right now. My full-time client is actually traveling right now. She will not
so
be
you
back
won't
until
travel
August.
with them?
So she's doing her thing right now. She's in the middle of shooting a bunch of stuff. So I'm just like letting her do her thing right now.
Oh, okay.
But she did pay me.
You're
my,
allowing her to do her
That's
thing.
nice.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
paid me my
that's nice.
retainer. For,
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Double
Because
dip,
she's
baby.
like, I don't want to lose you.
Lose
and I'm
the
like,
spot.
obviously, like if you're going to be gone for 2 months, I'm looking for full-time work. So
Well, sure.
yeah.
You got to pay your bills.
yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah.
June is already done, but all of July I'm out and about.
So it could be a one-off thing, like if somebody has like an
dinner
event
party.
or a party or
yeah, if
something.
somebody's having like a birthday, you're celebrating anything,
you're
graduation.
hosting something at your house for like
20 people, whatever. If you want
And
to do
you'll-
coursed out or family style.
And speaking of 20, what if they want it to be 420 friendly?
yeah, we can handle that too.
Okay.
Right.
He does that.
We do
Well, I
that.
know, yeah.
We do that here.
Chef
That's
Chef
the-
Swoop here was on Chop 420.
Indeed. I was just my episode of Beat Bobby Flay actually aired 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's out and about. It's on Max and
Yeah, you can watch it
Hulu
there.
and
We weren't able to
I'll
talk
watch it
about it last
today.
time he was here because
all
it
the
hadn't
things.
aired yet.
Yeah, it hadn't aired. I couldn't speak on it, but yeah, here we
Oh, yeah.
here we are.
It's season 38, episode 9.
Yes.
38. Jesus.
Yes. What's crazy is when I went to shoot that was last year, February in New York.
And you couldn't say anything.
Damn.
So I just had to sit on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't say a
Keep
word.
it under wraps.
Yeah. It was a no compete thing. But,
Well, you do fantastic work.
appreciate that.
The omelet, the French toast. We've only seen your breakfast work. I mean, it's really good.
I'm gonna do a breakfast hash next time.
A
with-
breakfast
Yes.
hash
with a sous vide egg.
Oh,
Like a
yeah.
brisket hash.
Yeah, I'm gonna
We
do
did
and
ha-
I'll make a hollandaise.
we did have a question. What was the question about the poached egg
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
Gina?
Somebody did have a question
Yeah,
saying,
I actually saw that too.
yeah, their poached eggs always suck, and they said they can't spin them right.
So this is the thing about poached eggs. So your water can't be too hot. You don't want it boiling. You want it simmering.
Okay.
So let's start there. So that's first. You need a gentle environment for a poached egg. You also need to add a good amount. You need an acidulated liquid. So you have to add vinegar to it.
Oh.
And you can't be afraid of how much vinegar you add to it.
So
Like,
you don't just
really
do it
gotta-
in water.
No, it's like it's an acidulated environment because
Oh.
that's what helps the whites coagulate.
Got it.
Because the whites and the yolks cook at two separate temperatures. So you're helping the egg cook together at the same time by adding
the two keywords are simmer and vinegar.
Yeah, and then also crack your egg into a small bowl and stir the water, and then gently drop the egg into the pot.
Yeah.
Because if you just drop it straight into the pot, I mean, it's gravity, fam. Like, it's just going to sink to the bottom of the pot.
Every time I've tried, I've always seen that in the instructions. It's gravity, fam.
Yeah, it's in there for a reason.
Yeah, it's the fine print.
Remember, I did it on the show.
Yeah,
I was able to get it one time.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's one of those things where you realize this is why you go to restaurants.
Let them handle it.
There's certain things like salads always taste better at a restaurant.
So much better
than whatever you make at home.
Cold, you know?
So when greens come into restaurants, essentially, you fill there's a sink, a really deep sink. They fill with water and they throw ice in it. So most of the leafy greens that come through restaurants are shocked.
Oh.
So it's not only a cleaning process, but it's a way to stretch the shelf life of the greens.
Should we be doing that at home?
If you want to, when I get my salad greens from the farmer's market, I fill the sink and I clean all of my veggies. But like after I take the harder vegetables out, I leave the lettuce in and I throw tons of ice in there.
But see, the thing with salads that make them better when you're out somewhere as opposed to home is that you want all this stuff in your salad, but you're too lazy at home to like have. It's not like you just have like a bunch of stuff. It's all ready.
My salad game is immaculate at home. Just pickle stuff.
I'm sure, but you're
I got pickled red onions and
also ranch.
I'm sure
Trader Joe's will step your game up too.
Yeah,
croutons.
All right, well, Chef Swoop, thank you again.
You're the best.
Amazing work.
Making it happen.
Chef_Swoop on Instagram. We'll post that. He will post and we will reshare his post with his what's the word I'm looking for? Recipe for the Captain Crunch French toast.
Yeah.
All right, more Woody Shows next. Hang on.
Explain.
The Woody Show.